It's me, Star, again. I figured, why am I gonna do my blog inside the house when it is such a beautiful day out? I mean, I'm on my balcony. It's beautiful. The sun has hit me just right. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. So I figured, hey, might as well do it out here, right? Basically, the reason for me doing this blog is basically, all through my childhood, I've heard, oh, you guys are Generation X. You guys are Generation X. You guys are going to destroy the world. And of course, us being us, like, how you going to tell us that we are the one that's going to destroy the world? Is it true? Is it not? Well, my thoughts, my opinions, like always. I lightweight me being older, 28, me being older and looking at society today, 2013. To me, I don't see how they're wrong. I really don't see how they're wrong. For one, these people out here, they are my age having kids. Now, I remember back in the day, we used to get whooped. We used to get punished. We used to get in trouble. However, the case is, we used to get in trouble for doing wrong. Stealing, doing things you're not supposed to do, getting F's in school. You can't play sports if you're getting F's in school. You cannot go over somebody's house and spend the night without somebody knowing where you're at. You got to be able to talk to the parents, you know what I mean? That sort of thing. You have to be inside the house before dark, or you getting that ass waxed, like, in not a good way. Like, you getting beat down, you know what I mean? Like, I was grown up to get spankings. You knew what spankings were. Not only did I get spankings, I got grounded. I wasn't able to go to parties. My mom was really, really strict. My dad was also. I would rather get a whooping from my mom than my dad any day. But they laid down the law, and I haven't been in jail. I haven't committed any crazy crime. I learned my lesson. And when you learn your lesson and you learn how life works, you eventually do the same thing to your kids. Well, it's got so to the point where, oh yeah, I was abused when I was a kid and I did this when I was a kid, so I'll never do that to my kids. That's understandable if you got abused while you were a kid. But at the same time, a kid needs to know, what's okay. You know what I mean? What is there not to do? What can't I do? What can I do? And if I do something that I'm not supposed to do, there's consequences. We need to start getting on our kids. If you don't believe in the spanking method, then you need to figure out a method that your kid doesn't like, to let them understand this is what punishment is if you don't do what you're supposed to do. Because in life, when you send them out there to them wolves, they really do not care about your kids. So eventually they're going to end up in the pen, in jail, murdered, in a gang, doing stupid stuff because you didn't raise your kid right. Because it's like, oh, it's whatever, they'll learn. They won't learn if they don't know. And it starts at home. A lot of these parents love to take their kids to school and let them discipline their kids as well as teach their kids. And then they have an after program. So then you don't see your kid until 6 o'clock at night or later. And then what? You eat dinner, and most likely you send them to their room, clean up, do whatever. By that time, it's time to go to bed. Do you even see your kid Monday through Friday? And on the weekends, what do you do with your kids? Do you take them out to the park? Do you socialize with them? Do you know your kid? If you don't know your kid, you need to start knowing. You need to start knowing what's going on in their schools. You need to start paying attention to them. They say, we're Generation X, and then us being an adult, like, nah, we ain't Generation X. Our kids are. But why are our kids Generation X's? Because we're the ones that are teaching them how to bring up the next generation. And just to be quite honest, what I see right now, it's not a good look. These kids are our generation. One day, one of these kids are going to be the next president. Like, so seriously, look around. There's more bad in the world right now than there is good. I seen this one kid cuss an adult out, and I promise you, the kid couldn't have been no more than 10 years old. If you don't have respect for your elders, and that was one of the main things that my parents taught me, you better respect your elders. Because you're going to get it if you don't. They're the ones, if it wasn't for them, you would not be here today. You know what I mean? Like, you have to really put it down. And for the people that don't, it's really ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. And like I said on one of my blogs, these parents out here having these women or these little girls that will become women, they don't teach them their worth. So they have all these dudes calling them all kind of bitches and hoes and sluts and tramps. Oh, but that equals women. No, boo. I'm not nobody's hoe. I'm nobody's tramp or slut. I'm a woman. Now, unfortunately, yes, sometimes when I'm with my girls, I'll be like, oh, this bitch right here, whoopty whoop. Yeah, that's a habit that I need to break. But I don't want thank God I don't have any girls. I have one boy. So, but as a woman, you should hold your standards high. I'm not saying you should think that you're better than anybody, but at the same time, don't let anybody mistreat you, misuse you, or talk down to you. It's not cool. Respect yourself first. Once you respect yourself and that person sees that you do respect yourself, they're either going to bounce out or they're going to respect you the way that you respect yourself. If you don't respect yourself if you don't put yourself at a level, they're going to put you at their level. And then you're going to end up doing or being that person to them. And the only reason why I say that is because I learned from experience. I grew up a little fast, so, time takes effect and you start learning and you start looking around. And then when you get a good man and a good man treats you right, you be like, damn, that's what it's like. Wait a minute, I was doing something real wrong. And you start valuing your life a lot better. Then when you have kids, you want them to, if you have a boy, you want that boy to treat a woman like they need to be treated. Now, I'm not saying that all women are good. You have to pick and choose, just like I'm not saying that all men are good. You have to pick and choose. But at the same time, you know what I mean? You got to let them know. Especially as women, you need to let them know their worth. And as a man, a boy becoming a man, you need to let them know how to treat a lady. You know what I mean? This new generation out here, I'm nervous. You know what I mean? I'm not even gonna lie, I'm straight nervous because it's really, 2000. I keep saying it. 2013 ain't no joke, and people really think it's gonna get better. Me, myself, I really don't think it's going to get better unless we change it now and we quickly change it. How are you going to expect your girl to grow up and get with a good guy if you didn't teach her worth? And then if you were with a guy that treats you foul and abuses you and talks shit to you and cheats on you and etc., etc. I could go on forever. How do you expect them to get a better person? Some kids, they grow up and they learn from others' mistakes. But a lot of kids don't. And they follow suit with what their mother does. And most likely they're going to be with a foul ass fucked up dude that don't treat them right, that cheats and abuses on them, and they don't care and they think that's love. It's not love. If a dude loves you, he's not going to do that to you. He's not going to make you cry purposely. Of course, you're going to go through situations like I've said in other blogs. The relationships are not perfect, but, you know what I mean? You have to deal with the good and the bad. It's what you can deal with, you know, and, you know, just simple as that. I kind of got off subject about that, but, you know, Generation X, I think we just might be that one, because we're not teaching our kids anything. We're not teaching our kids to be like grandma and them. As my homeboy that I be watching sometimes, Robert Perkins, the nigga with tattoos, grandma and them, you know what I mean? I mean, cooking ain't there. It's always microwavable, you know what I mean? Like, teach your babies. We got to teach our kids, because if we don't teach our kids, we're going to have society teaching our kids, and that's what we don't want. So that's just my thought on, you know, this Generation X thing and what you think about it. You think we are, do you think that, you know, us, we're Generation X? Do you think that we're teaching our kids the right way? You know, I want comments. Facebook me, Star Jackson, if you can't find me there. I mean, I'm going to put this on my Facebook so you can see it. If you can't reach me there, you can reach me here, Star Bassett 84. That's StarRBASSETT 84. You could always reach me there. And just, you know, I want comments, you know, good or bad. I appreciate every single one of them. So get at me. And I'm going to be out here enjoying this Cali breeze. It feels delicious. I'm not even going to lie. It feels really good out here. But, yeah. Holla at me. See, I want to know what you think. All right, I'm out. Deuces.